In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to search by codes. That is something that's particularly useful if you know ICD-9 or ICD-10 codes for specific diagnoses that you're interested in. Typically, you'll look through the navigate terms to find your diagnoses, but if instead you click on Find, you can click on Search by Codes and choose the different coding system. So I'm going to start by looking at ICD-9 codes for patients with diabetes. I know that the ICD-9 code for diabetes is 250. I type in 250 and click Find. I can then drag that whole folder over into Group 1. These are patients who have had a diagnosis of diabetes mellitus with the ICD-9 code of 250. I'd also like to look at all patients who have been seen who have a diagnosis of diabetes with ICD-10. I will change this drop-down from being ICD-9 to saying ICD-10. The ICD-10 code for type 1 diabetes is E10. I'll click Find, and I'll drag that over into Group 1. This is saying that I would like to include any patient who has had diabetes recorded by ICD-9 or type 1 diabetes by ICD-10. I would also like to include patients who have type 2 diabetes with ICD-10. That code is E11. I'll click Find, and again I'll drag that folder into Group 1. And I'll click Run Query and see how many patients this returns. Another thing that we can look at is procedure codes, or CPT codes, which are also services rendered. I know diabetes education is CPT code 98960. I'll search for that in just a moment, but you can see that we have 82,378 patients who have either type 1 or type 2 diabetes by ICD-9 or ICD-10 code. Now I'll go ahead and click Find for the CPT code to see how many patients who have received education. I'll click Run Query, and now we're looking at all patients who have one of these diagnoses and who have had this specific service provided. There might be other CPT codes for diabetes education that we could search for as well. As you'll see, this is a limited number of patients. Only 145 patients have had diabetes education. That concludes our searching by codes. Please check out our other videos to learn more about HERON searching.